In terms of the priorities for digital transformation among government organizations, so globally we see that government leaders want to drive economic growth, they want to increase operational efficiency, and they want to improve climate resilience. And these are the priorities of governments globally. But if you look at this region in particular, the Middle East, Central Asia, and Africa, we find that the strongest focus for governments in terms of the digital transformation priorities is really around economic growth and data-driven services. And we've seen a slew of these data-driven services which are now being enabled and infused with AI here in the region. Now, when it comes to AI itself, we've already seen that AI is accelerating digital transformation in the government. So our research shows that over 70% of organizations, of government organizations here in the Middle East and Africa region are already investing in AI and Gen AI, and many are starting their journey towards agentic as well.
And I take healthcare, for example. Lebanon has a tradition that is decades long of excellence in healthcare. It has been the leader among all Arab countries in healthcare. And the private sector in Lebanon is investing in healthcare and AI, and they're developing it. They're developing it in partnership with companies in the US and France, all over the world. What we can add to the United Arab Emirates, I think, is to bring some of this talent to do joint research, develop solutions together, roll them out, and keep learning and improving, because this is what AI is about. This is what deep technology is about. What is happening in this world is so transformative, and AI is one of those general purpose technologies. It's as elementary, as general as the invention of the electric current, as the internet, and much more. And all of that requires that we incorporate it in our day-to-day lives and our services, and it requires aligning between countries on our policies on cybersecurity, aligning on data privacy, and many other requirements. Once we align these standards, it becomes easier for a business in the UAE to do business with a Lebanese entity and vice versa.
What practical steps can health systems and policymakers to make that shift, and a shift towards more investment towards prevention and intelligence-driven care?
So thank you, Jane. Indeed, our healthcare systems are today treatment-oriented, hospital-centric, and quite reactive, heavily reactive. I have to add to that prevention is underfunded. Actually, in Europe, the healthcare systems starve for prevention. The numbers are quite low, between 3 to 5%. Spain is 3% of the total care spend, France 2.3%. And to build resilient, sustainable, prevention-oriented systems, I think it's more than moving the investment towards prevention. It's also redesigning the system all the way to try to keep patients healthy. I would like to offer for our discussion 4 main strategies. I think first we need to rethink funding. Today funding is around the treatments. I mean, doctors are paid per procedures instead of being paid to keep people healthy. This means that having more doctors, you don't have more care if the incentive is not right. So we need to move towards incentives which are prevention oriented and they support wellness.
How fit for purpose is a university education system that you spent 3 or 4 years going through at the age of 18 to 21, when the AI race is forcing us to unlearn skills every few months? How do we reinvent how our institutions are teaching skills so they're not very quickly irrelevant?
So I think the economies that are most successful in the AI age will be those that can do that very exam question. The countries that really focus on agility and ensure that their institutions, like their universities and their further education institutions, can provide that. So one of the things that I led in the UK was something called LLA, Lifelong Learning Entitlement, to break down that model that you've just spoken about. For too long we've had a very basic model that you carry on with education to about 21, you've done a degree, and then that's it. Learning for life is done, apart from a bit of CPD. Whereas what you need to be doing is doing your degree throughout the course of your life, in essence, and being in a position to be able to go and do modules as and when you need to upskill and to reskill. And having that ability to be adaptable and being able to retrain is really important.